With Halloween right around the corner, what could be better than devils and skulls and rap music? That's why Joe Sparks, the man behind the animated series Radiskull and Devil Doll, is here with us today, and he's going to show us how almost anyone can learn to animate using their PC. Hi, Joe.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Finally, I've seen your animations for a little while, and now I can see the creator, and I see where you've drawn your inspiration from your... Kind of like me.
You can see the weirdos here before you.
It's a good thing. So how easy is it, or how hard is it to get started in animation on your own computer?
Well, it's very easy to get started. I mean, you can start right away, download free software, and get going. Over time, how far you want to take it's up to you, how much work you want to put into it. Doing a show is a lot of work, but you can get started right away and learn the basics and do something and share it with people on the web.
What's a good tool to get started for beginners?
Well, Flash is really good, especially if you're into web publishing. It's geared towards web publishing, and it's very simple, and it's dedicated to doing artwork and animating it and packing it into a small file size and sharing it with people on the web.
I know the one I recommend, instead of just the Macromedia Flash, there's a shareware version called Swish. Have you heard of that before?
Yes, I have.
It's not as big as Flash, but I found it like super simple. It's like point click on Windows at swishzone.com, and I'll put that link in the show notes today. Why do you think Flash is good for the beginner?
Well, if you want to do animated logos and some tricky, simple things, there's lots of little tools and utilities for doing very simple things. If you want to create a cartoon show, you want to do something with a lot of personality and your own artwork and something like that, Flash is pretty cool for mixing, for actually creating artwork and animating it and synchronizing it with sound.
And it looks good.
It's pretty cool. It's amazing what you can do.
Everyone sees Flash animations all over the web. I know every time I visit a site, it just seems like it's there.
That player is so small. The player is wide. It's all out there. It's bundled with all the browsers. So it's a little piece of web technology that everyone has. And you can deliver this stuff in the size of you can deliver a whole cartoon with audio, smaller than a typical MP3 file.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, it sounds like you've been at it for quite a while. When did you start?
Well, I've been animating for years and years, but when I started doing actual cartoon animation with Flash almost 2 years ago, and just as a test, just as a quick thing, I did the first animation, the first Radiskull and Devil Doll was my first cartoon, my attempt to do a 2D cartoon.
How long, from the time you decided, okay, I'm gonna work in Flash, how long did it take you to complete your first cartoon?
About a week.
Really?
About a week. I mean, I've been animating, 3D animating and doing things like that for a long time, very familiar with computers, computer art, and stuff like that. But I just started making a skull talk. Well, Flash 4 came out. Flash 4 came out, and I wanted to test synchronization. It had this way to synchronize MP3 audio to your animation so that the frames slave up.
Oh, okay.
And so the first thing I did was make this stupid skull go, "Freak me out," like that. And
wait, that voice sounds familiar. Do you do?
I am the Radiskull.
So you do all your own voice work on top of the animation?
Yeah, that's right. I'm Devil Doll too.
Well, you didn't have to make fun of my voice. Making fun of my voice. Can you believe this? I can't believe that. So anyway, I don't know if we've got the computer is kind of like a little locked up, but that's okay. I think we have a clip of your first animation.
My first crude one.
Yes.
First crude.
Here it comes.
Now it's time to kick it.
Well, I had. Oh, well, here comes the
I
music.
am the Radiskull.
Did you do your own music too?
Oh yeah, I did everything. This little silly song about I'm the Radiskull, I will kill you one by one, and this stupid skull, and this little skull that's all excited, this little devil that's all excited about. I had no idea what was going to happen. I put this up, and I just did it as a test. I put it up on a little Macromedia site, and 100,000 people showed up in the first week. I started getting letters from all over the world. And I just shared it with my friends internally at Macromedia. Next thing I know, letters are coming everywhere. We want dolls, we want this, we want that. People start sending me their own dolls. The people have gotten Radiskull and Devil Doll tattoos. I mean, it's crazy. So if you go to joesparks.com and click on Radiskull, you'll see there's an art of submissions. People do their own remixes of the music, and
that's
it's
amazing.
Nuts.
Now, how many cartoons have you actually completed?
I've got
this series?
8 episodes, and the first one is really crude. I was just starting off. I hope that I've improved. By episode 8, it's starting to get really detailed with lots of different scenery, lots of different places of the characters. There's more characters, more complex characters.
Is it a hobby or is it a full-time job?
Oh, it's been my full-time job for 2 years now.
Really?
We've got a comic book coming out. There's a book that just hit out. There's a book nationwide now. All the stores, the Radiskull and Devil Doll, the book.
Just from that animation.
Just from that one little test. It's really cool. I mean, the thing about web publishing is, like, I did it, I put it up, that day I'm getting letters. That's what's so fantastic.
Instantaneous feedback.
And the difference between flash animation and more typical video animation is that you can compress it into a small size, and people can share it over modems and stuff. Very cool.
Cool. Well, I understand you're going to be back after the break to show us the nuts and bolts on how we can get into using Flash, and then we'll learn more about how to do this kind of thing. That sounds cool.
Thank you.